up, guys? I know it's been a while since my last video, and I do want to apologize for that. I've been doing a lot of stuff. I've been really busy the past week and so, and you guys deserve an update on why I haven't been posting and things with things like that. I think I might have mentioned this last video that towards the end, I was like kind of at risk of like not having a home and being, homeless and stuff. And so for the past week, I've been trying to find somewhere where I could live, and I did. I just finished moving in yesterday to where I live now, which is pretty far, okay, a couple hours away from where I used to live. And now I'm just here. And so, sorry, one second. And so, with that in mind, it's just this whole movie thing and everything I've had like on my mind. It's just been a lot of stress with everything going on. But I just finished moving in and actually be able to post more and talk to you guys more because I know you guys deserve it for being, you know, my friends and looking out for me and giving me all these wonderful comments that I do try to read all the time. I'm sorry if I'm not able to reply, I just been really busy and all this stuff with the moving and all the stuff I had to sacrifice to be here right now. With the hopes of a better life and you know, just better mentality and better mental state with everything I've had going on. But obviously, what I'm doing right now doesn't come without its sacrifices. Um, I no longer am gonna be able to see my friends for a while, since I don't live close to them or anything anymore. And um, yeah, it kind of hit me. Just the realization that I don't know when I'll be able to see my friends again. And moving away from your parents is always going to be a little hard, even if, you moved away with good intentions or you moved away with like bad intentions, or if you moved away with bad terms with your parents, it's always going to take a while to adjust to not living with them and, what they did for you and all these things. And so that's something I have to get used to now. And obviously, with all of this in mind, I'm still in no contact with my ex, and just hoping that we can talk again soon. I've been trying that to not I've been trying for it not to affect me too much lately. I think I've been doing a good job. I've just been, focusing on improving myself and all these things and getting better, for the possibility of me and then the other possibility of us working again in the future. And I hope that she's doing fine as well. She's eating, she's sleeping well enough, she's having fun. Because I truly still do adore her. Even after all of this, I refuse to hate her because I understand why she had to do it. And I just hope to talk to her again one day because I do miss her a lot and I love her. And it's just yeah, it's been a lot, mentally lately. The no contact, not being able to see my friends, not being able to see my dog. I love my dog, and now moving away pretty far with no you know, social like or anything like that around me, but I don't know. I feel like for me, it doesn't that aspect of like going out and having a social life isn't exactly me. You know, I've never really been for it. Like, you know, when my friends want to go hang out, like I'll obviously go because, you know, they're my only friends in my friend group, so I'll go. But to make new ones or anything like that, you know, like, uh, I don't think I will. And I just need to focus on what I do, you know, my school and, you know, this my YouTube channel and other things I do online to, you know, hobbies stuff and um obviously now me living so far away, I don't really have like a job or anything and a way to exactly sustain myself right now, but I'm trying and so I really hope you guys don't mind if I, you know, put the ads on these videos as some type of like side revenue that can maybe help me in sustaining myself right now as I try to figure out everything else because it's kind of a mess right now with all the stuff I have going on. So I really hope you guys don't mind me putting in ads for the videos. And if you guys do, just, you know, let me know or something and I'll try to think of something else. And uh mentally it's a lot. Um the stuff I have going on and all this stuff and it's just been not the best year for me. And you know, now we're in December. The month's almost over, hopefully. You know, New Year's brings me the best year of my life, you know. That's what I had to hope for and pray for that that's what's going to happen. And I've been trying my best to be more consistent with praying and, you know, listening to the Bible because I think that's not a bad thing to put your faith into. And when you have nowhere else to go or nowhere else to turn to, you know, God will always be there with open arms for you. And I've never been really that religious my whole life. When I was younger, uh, I all I would do was like pray, but right now I do my best to pray every night and read a little bit of the Bible when I have the chance. So I guess those are just some small self-improvement things that I've been trying to work on. But yeah, you know, sorry for not being able to post for a while. I have all this stuff going on and the moving. But I should be good now to post more when I have the chance and you know things of that nature. But for this video, I think I don't want it just to be an update, but I want to, you know, talk about something because I don't feel like I have in a minute, and I know that some of you guys look at me for guidance and wisdom, but I don't know how you guys see it. I really don't. I just like to speak what I think, I guess. And if you guys really do enjoy that, I really do appreciate you guys. And you guys make me feel, you know, seen. And so I think what I wanted to talk about, because, you know, it's what I've been seeing a lot lately, is just social media's like impact on relationships and just like your mental health in general. And I feel like the terrible standards or terrible concepts it's created for people. And I want to start off by like getting into the whole like relationship aspect of this is that social media has made like romance and relationships so like controversial to the point where whenever you're online, you'll see so many people post their experiences with their boyfriend or girlfriend, you know, things of that nature, and it's like their whole rants of what they like, what they're significant other did to them and all these things and what they went through. And then they'll try to tell you that that's how your relationship is gonna go. That, oh, like your significant other's cheating on you if they do this, if they sleep for like a pretty long time, and all these small things and all these like standards that TikTok has created for relationships with gift giving and things that you should do and all these things. But I've also fallen victim to those things because me being in a long distance relationship with my ex, it would put me down sometimes. Seeing the people that, were able to be with their girlfriend all the time and they would give them flowers and hang out with them, take them on dinner dates or just places, and I will always feel bad that I wasn't always able to do that since, we're long distance and the chances that we got to see each other, we obviously did do things, but I feel like it was never enough to the appeal of what other people do. And I think that is one of the problems is what you see people do for their girlfriends or boyfriends shouldn't be what you have to do, you know? You don't have to go on TikTok and feel like discouraged just because you see some guy gift his girlfriend or boyfriend like these crazy amount of gifts, like these crazy things. Don't feel discouraged on your own significant other because that's not your relationship, you know? That's not how your significant other would react to these things. You know your partner the best. You know what they like, you know what they want, you know their hobbies, their interests, the things they love. And so just because you see someone on TikTok do these crazy things for their significant other, don't push yourself down because you can't do that. I promise you, your partner will appreciate the small efforts or even the small gifts that you give them to make them feel appreciated and loved. And, you know, don't feel discouraged by what you see on TikTok or Instagram, whatever it could be, of what people do for their significant other. Because if you start to compare your relationship to others online and what they do, I promise you it will go terribly for you. And you will feel more insecure about your relationship and how things can go than you just being happy with what you guys have and what you're able to do. And um I think it's really important that you guys learn to just see social media as like something that shouldn't dictate your choices and your relationships and all these things, and especially with the other stuff I was talking about, that if you see some TikTok that says like do this, or like not that, like let's say you and your girlfriend or boyfriend are in a bad position and things aren't going very well, don't go to TikTok for advice, or don't seek out TikToks that will help you with your situation, because every person's situation is different. Your relationship is your relationship, not someone else's experience on TikTok, you know? What someone else did for their relationship and posted it and talked about it online is not what your solution is going to be for yours. And so you have to approach it with your own mindset, because at the end of the day, you know your partner the most and you know them as well than anyone else and what they like and what they want. And so you should be able to make your own decisions in that matter of how to fix things with your significant other and not do what other people online tell you to do. Because then at that point, what are you going to do when there isn't something on TikTok to help you out with and you don't know how to fix this problem? So I think it's better to just work it out yourself with her, not needing some what other people did for their relationship on TikTok, because everyone's relationship is different and every relationship is your own. It's not someone else's experience or how things went with you and them, and you know, things of that nature. And there's also the insecurities that it causes with trust and vulnerability and things like that. Like you see on TikTok, like I don't know why it's so common, or at least at least for me, I guess. Maybe not everyone's the same, is that you see so many TikToks of people getting cheated on and relationships failing because there's no trust, and people do like the micro cheating shit as well, and all these things that, like, it's like TikTok has created these standards that not everyone like should have to live up to just because that's what TikTok says and all these things. And all, like, as again, the insecurities put in your head of how other people, like, got cheated on, and then you start to think like, God, this could happen to me too. Like I see so many people would happen, like it happens to them, and cheating and all these things, and all you're doing is setting yourself up for failure. Seeing all those TikToks of people getting cheated on and thinking that's gonna be you too. All it's gonna do is create this distrust between you and your partner to the point where you don't feel like you're gonna be able to trust your partner at all, and you're just going to be overthinking everything, and it's not gonna leave your head because you think like, oh, it's so easy to get cheated on, and then you're not going to be able to get past a certain phase of your relationship with your partner unless you trust them and you love them, and you just you know are able to trust them and not think of it like some stupid TikTok that you're going to end up like one of those TikToks. And I think that's something really important that you have to learn in a relationship, is that you can't keep basing your relationship off of what you see online and what those standards might, entail to, and what you have to do because you saw what someone else did, and all these things. Like it's just not I don't think it's the best mindset to have. And I really do think that, social media has definitely ruined aspects of just love and relationships to the point where it's not as it's scary, bro, because why does a relationship have to have like TikTok standards for it to be accepted? But there's obviously people out there that don't listen to this shit, they don't give a fuck what TikTok says, and that's what everyone should be thinking, you know? And to the people who don't, like, who think like that they have to do this because TikTok said, like, this is a standard for relationship, or I have to do all these things for my girlfriend or boyfriend because TikTok said, like, that's what you should do, and all these things, like, you're leading yourself to fail because the love between you and your partner is authentic. It's love between you two. It's not, it doesn't need outside, like, outside experiences to judge your own and what you have to do for your own relationship. That's your partner. And so stop listening to the bullshit that you see on TikTok from what it tells you that you should do or what people do for their other significant other, and then you feel discouraged, or just that other aspect of the whole cheating thing and all these insecurities that it causes for you, and all these things that shouldn't be necessary to be hearing to make you feel worse. And so I think that social media has definitely ruined aspects of romance and relationships, and it sucks. And I think that it shouldn't be as big as it is, but it is, and what are you supposed to do at this point? Because it can't just go, like, it can't just magically go away. And so the best advice I have is that you follow your own heart, because you know your relationship the best and your partner. So stop listening to what TikTok tells you to do, or, oh, these signs me and your girlfriend's like, just stop it. You know your partner the best. You communicate with your partner the best. You talk things out with them. You know them. You know what they love, and you know what they want, and what you should do for your girlfriend. If one boyfriend gives, their significant other like some crazy things, like some crazy expensive stuff, or some crazy like, just something like crazy, don't feel like you have to top that, or don't feel that, oh fuck, because that guy did it, that has to be the bare minimum. That has to be, the standard. Don't think like that, okay? It's not gonna be healthy because you know your partner the best, man. I promise you, if your partner sees that you tried and you tried to do something that you know that they would love, even how small it is or even how like big it can be, your partner will appreciate the effort that you put into it and the love that you put into it and if it's authentic. And so just because one boyfriend did this thing and gave her this and that, don't feel like you have to do the same thing just because you saw it on TikTok. Do your own thing. Do something that you know your partner would love, not just because someone else did it. And I feel like that's my advice on that. To stop listening to what people say on TikTok about their relationships and their experiences because it's just not gonna, in the long run, it's not gonna help you in understanding your partner and creating that trust and to be comfortable with each other and vulnerability that comes with every relationship. And so please stop listening to what you see on TikTok when it comes to relationships and things like that. It's not gonna help you. It's not going to make your relationship perfect. It's not gonna be like, do this if you want a relationship to work, do this and that. No, just communicate with your partner. Even though it might be hard sometimes, and I understand communication is hard sometimes with your partner, but that's okay. You know, that's where you work things out and you talk things out, even if it's hard. If you both truly love each other, I promise you it will work out. Just gotta put the time and the effort that both of you need to put in to make it work. Even when things look terrible and things look gloomy, maybe just a simple talk between you two is all you guys need. A deep emotional conversation. Not just because TikTok said it or TikTok said if you're going to do this, say this. Don't. Be guided through your heart and mind, not some voice on TikTok, okay? You know them best. And so, please do not, um, create a blueprint or some type of dynamic of a relationship from TikTok. Every relationship is unique. Everyone is different. No one is the same. Okay? And so that's what I have to talk about is don't be guided through social media on what you should do for your partner because you love them and you know them the most. Thank you.